Okay, so what we have here should be a custom airbag cover, so I can replace this horrible thing with stuck-on emblems, etc. And it should be black Alcantara with white stitching and black emblem and black bezel. So let's open it up and see what we've got. Here we go. Unboxing, packaging. So this is from a company out of Singapore called Mod Hub. Let's see what they've sent me. Could have done with a bit more packaging, I guess, but here we go. Okay, so it's more of a grey really than a black, because I mean, you look at the difference. This is black and this is kind of like a dark grey, I guess, but I've waited like almost 6 weeks for this, so I'm not gonna send it back. Okay, well, seems like they've sent me the right size at least, so I'm gonna cut the video here and then get to work on removing my steering wheel and installing this new cover. Okay, back in a minute. Okay, so I've got some tools, basically just a towel and a medium-sized flathead screwdriver and this angled one just in case. And what I'm going to do is use these to pry like a spring clip, which is on the back of the steering wheel, 2 of those, and then that will pop the airbag cover off. First thing I need to do is get the wheel turned 90 degrees, so I'm just going to start the engine up for that. Oops, try again. Okay, that does work, but usually if annoying beeping sound, that does work, but if you leave it more than a couple of minutes, the power to it cuts out. Anyway, so turn the wheel 90 degrees like this, turn the engine off, so there we go. And then you can check on other people's install videos, but basically what you do is you put a cloth just so you don't scratch anything of your steering column, and there's a hole on the back, and you get your screwdriver in there, put that into the hole. I don't know if you can see on the video or not, I can't see anything myself, and kind of like pry this bar inside the hole upwards. So you need to like basically put it in underneath the bar and then push down on the screwdriver to pry it, and it should, if you got it, should pop. There we go. Actually I did it the wrong way, so you put the screwdriver in the hole above the bar and pull the screwdriver up, which presses the bar down and releases it. Okay, so I've done that side. Now start the engine up again. Rotate it completely 180 to the other side. And let's do the opposite side. Where's the hole? There it is. This one's being a bit tricky. I might have to cut the video and come back to this bit. If it doesn't, oh, there we go. Okay. So now that your airbag is loose, just straighten your wheel up again. It's weird why that's not working. And then turn everything off. Now what you're going to have to do is go to the trunk and disconnect your battery so that you can remove the airbag without it blowing up or giving you errors, etc. So I'll cut to that and come back again. Okay, so I've got access to the trunk now, and need to remove this spare wheel. So I need to undo this nut, put that to one side, and lift this bugger out. It's pretty heavy. Now we got the tool kit and this cover. Now this cover is for the compressor for the air suspension. You need to remove this first, and this pulls up and away. Then you've got to release the compressor from inside here very carefully. Don't want to break any wires or hoses. And you can move this out of the way. And then you have access to the battery. So get yourself a 10mm wrench, spanner, and undo this nut. Here we go. Don't accidentally use a spanner which maybe hits on anything metal whilst you're doing this, because you might short something out. You don't need to undo it all the way, just enough to loosen the connector. There we go. Then I'm going to gently remove this. Now your power's gone out now. Put a towel over that so that even if it drops back, it's not going to reconnect. Okay. So now I can remove the airbag without causing any damage or tripping any sensors or anything. So now I can actually remove the airbag gently because it's still wired up. And you can see inside there's a yellow connector with like a little green tab. You've got to pry the tab before you can pull off that yellow connector using a very small pick to try and loosen that up. There we go. Okay, so now that the green tab is loose, I can just pull that connector out. And then down below there's a black connector which basically connects this to all of these switches here. So disconnect that too. Comes out like that. Turn it over. You should be able to just pull these two pieces apart. Give them a little wiggle like that. And you're done. And now I need to take this to one side and remove everything from inside this. So you're going to need a T50 sized Torx bit, preferably one with a hole in it, but I think this one will also work too. And undo these 3 bolts. Okay, so the 3 bolts have been removed. They were very easy. Actually didn't need a hole in the middle of the tool. What I have to do now is unplug this yellow connector with orange tab and this brown wire here. I'll get back to that in a second. So I've pried the orange thing off the top. And now should be able to remove. He says it's a bit tricky. I think I'll use this tool to try and pry that off. Doesn't want to go with only one hand, so I'll do that and come back again. Okay, so it was actually quite easy once I had two hands on, then just do that. Okay, and I'm going to use this angled screwdriver to just gently lever this off. Okay, that's off. Now this whole top part should come off. Okay, it isn't. Reason being, there's this like strap thing which goes into the actual airbag and is riveted to this main part. So basically, this is going to come off but still be attached, and will just sit to one side. Like this. Okay, so I have to very carefully pry all of these metal tabs around the outside of the airbag. This plastic piece here, they will go like here, here. So carefully pry those, and there are also one, two, three tabs on the top that you also have to pry. These were what were really holding me back, so you probably want to do those first and then gently do these ones afterwards. And this sticker looks like it's designed to tear in the event of an accident where the airbag goes off, so I carefully peeled it from here and here so I could do the tabs without actually ripping it, and then I can put it back together, and hopefully it will look like it was never tampered with. And then I'm about to remove the inside of this airbag, and so I put like a paint marker to show where it's going to line up. So this is where it was taken from, and then put a matching paint dot here, so that bolt there will line up with that, and it should all be in the correct position. So actually the detonator just comes out like that, so I put a little pink dot on there to show where it's supposed to go. Take that out, remove it to one side, and now you can remove all the padding from the inside, which you want to do quite gently, and hopefully that comes out without any issues. So it's almost ready to completely pull out. It was very easy. I'm just going to do the last bit. Be a bit awkward. Here we go. Okay, so that's your old airbag cover off. Put that to one side. And now I just need to put that into here. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, that's now in the new airbag cover, lined up. Gonna put the detonator back on, like that. And then I'm going to put all of this back on. So when you're putting this back together, it's a little tricky to get it all aligned properly, but eventually it will sit where you want it to. And what you want to do first is get these three tabs lined up. Once they're seated correctly, they will kind of like click into place, and then you can push them down again. And then when all three of those are done, you can work on these outer ones and push them all back in as well. Okay, so all the tabs are pushed back in. It was a little bit tricky, but gradually just working your way around, keep pushing, working your way around, keep pushing. That did it. And put the three bolts back in, just hand tight. And to push in all of the connectors. So start with this little brown one, put that up back on first. Okay, that's in. Now this one in the middle, make sure it's aligned properly. You can see there's kind of like a little flat pin on the inside which aligns up in there, so make sure you put that around in the correct way round. Push that in firmly first, all the way around. Okay, that's in there now. Then push in the orange one in the middle, it locks in place. Okay, now it's done. I'm back, ready to go back in the car. Okay, so putting it back is probably the easiest part. Make sure you got a airbag the correct way up. Put this little black tab back in. Okay, that sits down in this little slot down at the bottom. It's a bit dark in here. Okay, so that's in there. All the wires are tucked out of the way. Okay, I'm going to put this yellow one back in up top. Press the green locking tab in the middle. Gently pop this into place. I've got a sweaty hand, so I'm going to use a towel. And then just push, wiggle it about a bit, and it should just click into place. 1, 2, there we go. All done. Now I've just got to reconnect the battery and we are good to go. Okay, we are all done. No issues, no warning lights or anything. Everything's good.